So there's a good one about a father who is, in my opinion, rightfully so, putting his a-hole 19-year-old daughter in her place and essentially disowning her after years of her using him as an ATM machine, showing him incredible disrespect, etc., etc. He and his ex got divorced 9 years earlier, and obviously the ex has done everything she can to turn the kids against him, and he's tried and tried and tried, and the daughter's just become such a jerk, and he's done with her. And I'm doing this more, not just because it's good to see a guy drawing a line to say I'm not taking any crap from kids, but also when you read the comments, how everybody's making the dad out to be the bad guy. They should have never-ending patience with her, put up with her crap, etc., etc. And it's a perfect example of why you have so many kids nowadays, the young kids, the teenagers, that are such jerks. Disrespectful, irresponsible, all these things, because you don't have parents laying down the law. But this guy is laying down the law, and I thought it was good. Title: I, a 43-year-old male, am no longer interested in having contact with my daughter, a 19-year-old female. How does going low and no contact work? He says, I am no longer interested in having contact with my daughter. I divorced my ex-wife nearly 9 years ago, and it took me nearly 4 years to actually get a stable co-parenting situation with my kids due to my ex-wife's behavior. So, sounds like his ex was so unbearable, he ended it with her, and made everything as impossible as can be for him. I also have a 16-year-old. Even with that set in place, things were still bad because my ex-wife would feed negative, untrue information about me to the kids, making them resent me. That is absolutely despicable, and it happens all the time. My son had a change of heart about 1 year ago into me getting joint custody of them, and we've been very close. Notice the son is thinking rationally about these things. My daughter, on the other hand, not so much. As soon as she turned 16, the age which she gets to choose which parent she wants to live with, she chose to live with her mom and washed her hands of me. I will still continue to co-parent with my son. My son decided to live with me full-time this year. Okay, so his daughter, 16 years old, she knows everything, completely wants nothing to do with him. All she really does ever contact me back for is when she needs her tuition to be paid, or when she needs this or that, or a car repair. In other words, he's an ATM machine, nothing else. When she sent me that last tuition text last month, I said no. If it's not about money, she'll either ignore me or treat me badly. She has lied to me, stole from me, and never takes accountability for it. It was obvious that she clearly viewed me as a fund. Well, there you go. Years of this bad treatment, and years he probably tried to, fix the situation and all that. She's an a-hole. End of story. She's a legal adult now, and if she wants money, she can make it on her own. But in her mind, he owes me. Just as many young people think their parents owe them. You're not entitled to shit, you young assholes. So after what I went through with my ex-wife and losing my kids, I never wanted to go through that again. But when I met my current wife, I realized that maybe I wasn't as closed off as I thought. Things are just a lot healthier with her, and she's pregnant. Okay, so he has a new wife and a new kid on the way. Her due date is in 6 weeks, and we recently had her baby shower. Things were going extremely well, and even my daughter came. I invited her, but I was still shocked to see her show up. I would have invited her, not the way she's been behaving, and watch this. Inviting her was a mistake. She was cordial at first, but when it was time to tell stories, she started telling a lie to justify that I'm not the guy or man you want to have a child with. Come for me? Okay. But she has constantly disrespected my new wife, and when my wife has been nothing but kind and accepting of her. She took what was supposed to be a joyful moment and added negativity to it. My daughter's been contacting me since the incident occurred to justify her actions. After doing some reflecting on these years, I decided that I'm no longer interested in trying to repair things with her. Good. Good, good, good. Guys, you can't take shit from anyone. And in this situation, his daughter, okay, they divorced. Guess what? People divorce all the time. It's sad, but it happens. And probably he was so bad with his ex, he ended it with her. And the ex did everything she could to tarnish his name. And notice his son turned around and realized what the mom was saying wasn't true. But this girl is treated with nothing but disrespect, lied to him, stole from him. All she ever reaches out to him for money, and he's the bad guy here? No. There's a point that even if it's your kids, if they're that bad, you got to cut them up. You got to show some tough love. You got to show you're not going to treat me, your father, like this. Otherwise, we're done. Period. Let your mother pay for those things. And the comment section is full of people tearing this guy apart. It's despicable over this whole thing, guys. And then again, look at it like this. Most marriages, half marriages end in divorce in this country, and the other ones, people mostly are between being bored and miserable. And look at how the kids behave nowadays. You want to take these people's advice on good parenting? Really? When the kid, just women if they don't respect you, they don't love you. And it isn't just like a woman that you're involved with or is your wife, your girlfriend, also female kids. If your kids don't respect, the daughter doesn't respect you, she ain't gonna love you. And this guy, the only way you get respect is being tough and not tolerating any BS. So it's good for him to cut her off. And that was the last straw of that baby shower thing. So guys, you can't do that. And he has every right to disown her. Now I'm going to read some of these comments. They're going to make you want to barf. But I'll read them anyway to show what I'm talking about here. And then I'll say more at the end. This one's from a woman. She says, "Hi, woman here with similar father issues. She doesn't respect you, so she views you as someone who is supposed to provide the basics, money, car repair, etc. Whether that's because of what her mother has told her or due to your actions, baby girl's hurting badly. I know exactly how she feels. I'm not excusing her behavior, but this just seems like she's hurting and wants people to know that she is." Okay, there's a lot of people out there who are hurting, but you don't treat your father like this. And he shouldn't be like some whipping post for her to treat like that. No fucking excuse. She's a legal adult now. Whether she acts that way, that's obviously not the case, but she's a legal adult, and there's a point she has to take accountability for her actions. This woman also said, "I remember when I was between the ages of 15 and 19, my father moved on with his life, starting a new family and such. It felt awful to witness because it really felt like he was replacing my sisters and I with a new family he was creating. I tried to get him to set up a therapy with us to resolve our issues, and it seemed like he didn't give a fuck. He didn't even try, and I'm now 25, and after years and years of trying to fix our relationship, I finally gave up this year. I'm tired." Yeah, but the difference between you and this guy's situation, this guy did try. He did try, and she chose to live with her mother. She didn't want to have anything to do with him. The only reason she reached out to him was for money and stuff like that. So he did try. This lady telling this part here, obviously, if what she's saying is accurate, you have to question that. It's a night and day difference. In short, your daughter is hurting and you should consider getting therapy. At 19 years old, she's still so young. Our brains aren't even fully developed at that age. If you care enough about your child, a teen, to fix this relationship, talk to her about getting therapy so you two can move forward and have a healthy father-daughter relationship. Again, please consider getting therapy, both solo and with family each other." Nah, he's done enough. Yes, that'd be nice and everything, but he has done enough. Because him giving doesn't get him anything. She needs to start giving. She needs to start trying. But she's let her mother's anger and manipulation, there's a point that he's done. And I agree with that. And it's sad, but I agree with that. Another guy says here, "Do you know what parenting is? Parenting isn't deciding that your teenage daughter isn't worth the trouble. My friends and I who have kids around this age are all heartbroken about at least one of their kids. Mental health, substance abuse, romantic breakups, not sure about job, career, depression, anxiety. If one of our kids is in college not currently wanting to off themselves, we are thrilled. It sounds like you struggle to have a relationship with her, so you have no idea what she's going through. Her mental health is probably poor." Yeah, you know what? There's a lot of people that have problems, period. We all have problems, but it doesn't excuse the way she's been acting. And again, he obviously was trying and it was getting nowhere. And there's the point that you say, enough. You're no longer going to use me and disrespect me. This is what these jokers in the fucking comment sections don't get. That you don't want to offer any emotional support and completely reject her. He's not rejecting her. He's been trying for years. He's not rejecting her because he's done. That disrespect she showed at the baby shower, it's terrible. That will make you prouder of your daughter to have her quit school and struggle with her mental health because her dad doesn't want anything to do with her anymore. There's a point you draw a line. There's a point. The problem with these parents nowadays is they let their kids just treat them like garbage and they keep coming back for more. They keep giving. You have to draw a line with your kids and say enough. Grow the fuck up. Act responsible. These people just don't get it. And the last one, this guy says, "You are the worst type of parent. You had some direct part in destroying her childhood and surely causing lifelong issues." Oh, okay. So I'm willing to bet you this father probably tried to make it work, but the ex was so impossible he had to end it. And then she made everything miserable. But of course, he's the bad guy because the father is always the bad guy. Your answer to the pain your child has felt is that your ex-wife put you through hell. No shit. Divorce is mega difficult, but you cut your child off because she just asked you for money for her future and to act like a normal parent acts with a 19-year-old kid. I have a hunch that whatever it is your ex-wife tells the kids, it must definitely be true. What an asshole. He's cutting off because of years of bad treatment once again, as anybody should when anybody family, friends, whatever, is disrespecting them. So these people are so outraged by the situation that a father is cutting off his daughter. They're not examining what's going on here, that this has been going on for years, and she wants nothing to do with him. And guess what? To all these parents out there that are no doubt in bad marriages and don't have a fucking clue what they're talking about and have just let their kids get away with shit, you have to have tough love. But you have a whole generation of kids more than ever that their parents are it was more important to be their best friend and their buddy than actually prepare them for a tough world. And this is what you get. So good for him for finally drawing a line in the sand and saying enough is enough. I would be like, hey, you grow up, you get your shit together, then you can come talk to me. But I'm done trying. You're not getting a penny out of me. Stay away from my wife, etc., etc. And by the way, notice, to all the idiots out there that were commenting, he's got a good relationship with his son now because his son grew the fuck up and actually probably saw with his own eyes what was reality, not letting the mother manipulate him and try to turn him against the dad. So there's a point, guys, as I talk about all the time, you got to cut people out of your life, even your own kids. It's the only way she's going to learn. End of story.